What typically happens in these situations is people have already talked to somebody at the nursing home that has said, look, this person is not eligible for Medicaid at this point, but we need to make them eligible, okay? And what Medicaid is, of course, is a government program that's going to potentially pay for your father's care. There's a couple things that we need to do in order to maximize the assets that are available, either to your mother or to other people that your parents might want money to go to, for example, the kids or charity or whatever it might be. And so what I typically do is I'll have the spouse that's in the community still, rather than the spouse that's gone into the nursing home, come in and see me. And what we do is we figure out what these people own. And depending on the asset mix and the situation that's going on, what we can do is we can take a look at everything and figure out what strategy is best going to be able to maximize the assets that are available. And that's typically the assets that are available to the spouse that's out in the community. And again, the idea being is, your father's in the home, but we want your mother to still have enough assets that she can live on. And so what we can do is we can help to do some transfers of assets to make sure that she maximizes the amount that's available to her to be able to continue to live.
Would the next step be to bring my mother or other family members in?
Absolutely. What I always do in these situations is I always represent the parents. I don't represent the kids, because the kids' interests are actually, in some ways, if you think about it, they're a little bit different from what the parents' interests are, right? The parents' interests are going to be to, take care of their care and use this money that they've built up in the way that makes the most sense. Sometimes that's to give it away, but sometimes it's to use it for their own care. And so, that's a little bit different from the interests of any beneficiaries they might have in their estate. So it's really important for me to talk to your parents, find out what their goals are, and sort of come up with a plan from there. Where kids come in is often, if you've got a power of attorney, for example, for your parents, in that situation, you could help by, getting me a list of assets. You can also help by helping do some of the transfers once your parents decide what the plan is. But I would need to represent them, I need to talk to them, and come up with a plan with them. So.
How long does this process normally take?
It depends. It's really dependent on how fast I can get all the information in that I need in order to come up with a plan and come up with a strategy that makes sense. Once I have everything, it doesn't take long. But it's often a situation that plays out over time, right? That your parents aren't eligible right now. What's going to happen is we're going to take care of transferring assets in a way that makes sense to make them eligible as soon as possible while maximizing the amount that your mother can keep out in the community.